After a long day of the summer at the beach, when you're curling up on the couch and having a glass of wine, what are you watching? What are you streaming?
I just started Sons of Anarchy last night. I
Nice.
just finished
Hmm.
Bad Reindeer 2 days
Hmm.
ago. Um, I usually like crime, like things that are in small, bleak, rainy towns in,
Right.
Scotland, and there's some mystery going on. I like things that really will hold my attention that are intense. I
Hmm.
started Deadwood. I like shows that have multiple seasons, and I really like shows more than movies, which is my
Yeah,
daughter will
same.
say, "Can we watch a movie, Mama?" And I don't, because of how much content there is out there. I don't. If we only watch a movie in an hour and a half, I have to figure out what we're going to watch the next time. Like I like that you
Exactly.
could commit to a show for multiple seasons and it's
Hmm.
meaty. And I also don't rush through like I used to because I don't like it
Yeah.
feeling like junk food. So you get to savor it. And that's why I kind of really like these long, dramatic series.
Definitely. Well, a lot of people are going to be curling up and watching you on screen with your new Lifetime movie, Danger in the Dorm. I watched it. You were fantastic. What was it like, taking on your first big acting role? You were so good in this.
I think I was probably good in it because I saw the whole experience as an adventure. I
Mm.
took it seriously. I was able to laugh not at the amazing opportunity I was given, but kind of at the fact that at this age, I was being offered a dramatic role about a
Mhm.
murder. And then when I realized how big the role is after accepting it, I was like, wait, what? But everything I do, whether I'm joking about it or not, I take seriously. I don't ever waste anyone else's time. I'm a hard worker, I'm on time. So I took it seriously. I think also part of me was self-deprecating because I was in shock at the fact that Lifetime would give me that kind of a role. I didn't understand their choice. I thought it was smart from a marketing perspective, but risky from an actual integrity perspective because it's a real
Yeah.
role. So I think it took a lot of courage on their part to do
Mhm.
that. And I think I rose to the occasion. I loved the
Good.
role, and when it mattered, I mustered it up. And I did take acting classes years ago, and I have a certain
Mhm.
way that I approach everything. How you do everything, how you do anything is how you do everything. So
Yeah.
my daughter who would criticize me, she not in a rude way, but she would tell me, she was like, "Mama, you were good." So
Yeah.
and Jill, who's on this call, was like said, and
Mhm.
the president of my company, they called. They go, "Wait, what? You're like a real actress." So I
I
think I
know.
think I stuck the landing. I mean,
You
I'm
definitely
shocked.
did.
Wow. Well, I'm as shocked as you. I'm as
Have you
shocked as
officially
you.
caught the acting bug now, though? Like,
I mean, I haven't caught the bug, just like I did stand up
okay.
comedy a couple years ago, and I didn't catch the bug, but the same thing. I took it seriously, and I did stick the
Yeah.
landing. I think if I were to act, I would love to do a comedy. I
Hmm.
think that would come easy to me and that would be fun and ridiculous. But yeah, if I were offered another great role, I would probably consider it depending upon how long it was and where it was. I mean, this was hard work. These actors in this production, they work like animals
Hmm.
till the middle of the night. I was
Yeah.
shocked.
Yeah. Your character in this movie has some tough conversations with her daughter, from, college to sex and things like that. How do you approach tough conversations with your own daughter?
I coined the phrase "I don't negotiate with terrorists," which has been used by other people since about parenting.
Gotcha.
And I'm strict
Hmm.
and I'm indulgent, but there's a line, and you can see it in how my daughter acts. Like she's, a good child and a good person. So I feel like parenting is like a mess in your house. If you let it really build up, it becomes very overwhelming, and you can't just do it one time and expect your house to be in order. It's the type of thing where along the way, you always have to be on the case. It's not
Mm.
a job that you binge, it's something that you're always doing. So I'm always communicating with her, always talking to her, always, laying down the law when it needs to be laid down. And there are boundaries. So I handle conversations when they need to be had. If there's any version of disrespect or a line is crossed, it's immediately addressed. And I also explained to her a lot about my past and my mistakes to really have her emotionally understand why I'm telling her certain things about boys, about girls, about gossip, about cliques, about bullies, about all of it, like priorities. So I'm on the case.
I know she just turned 13, which is crazy. I'm sure it's
14,
crazier.
14.
14, I'm sorry, excuse me.
Okay.
She just turned 14. How are these teenage years for you? Are they, Easier than you thought, harder than you expected?
I'm on the case, and I coined the phrase, which actually Annie Cohen has used. I coined the phrase, "I don't negotiate with terrorists," as it pertains to parenting, because parenting is something that you have to be on the case the whole time. It's not like cleaning your house where one day you're going to clean up everything and then it's going to be okay. You have to be consistent about it. And so you have to be having an open dialogue. And when the line is crossed, you have to immediately address it. And it's an ongoing full-time job. And based on some situations that I've seen happen at school in the past, they mimic what adults do and they mimic what moms do. So if I get into petty gossip, as I used to for a living, then she would mimic that. And that's all another reason why I am happy to be out of that space, because I lead by example. And so I basically tell her, don't run too hot or cold. You don't need to be best friends with everyone. You don't need to be gossiping. You don't need to be too deep. You want to just high school, something you want to have a great time in, but have fun and get out, survive, because it can be rough. So I think that it's been good because I've been helping her navigate, even things like, if boys like you, know that your girlfriends are the most important and you don't want to run too hot over there either, because other girls might not have all the opportunities right now that you do, and you don't want to make them feel insecure. Whatever it is, I'm always addressing the issue from my perspective, and it takes time and it takes nurturing and it takes communication, but I'm definitely on it, and I prioritize it because I don't want her to, hit a brick wall, but also they have to fall and make their own mistakes too.
Yeah, no, definitely. Do you have rules when it comes to dating and things like that in the house?
She's very social, way more social than I am, but I will say, "Oh, you're going to invite a couple of girls and a couple of boys." She'll say, I just want to be with the girls this weekend," which is so cute. And I love that because I like that she's not, boy crazy or desperate. I want that. But again, she sees that in me. I am perfectly happy being alone. I like being alone. I'm an only child, and so is she. And that's an important thing to learn. So she's doing great. Honestly, she's a good kid, and I'm on the case.
Yeah, definitely. Would you say a lot of your past experiences, I know you said before with petty gossip and things like that, and all your life lessons, have they made you a better parent now?
I don't know why it's just come naturally. We can all say I'm breaking the chain and because of the parenting I had. I don't know. I just don't ask advice on parenting. It's been something that I will ask advice on so many things and crowdsource basic things. Parenting has come naturally to me. It's something that I wasn't even necessarily really looking for. I never had baby fever. I don't particularly love all kids. I just had my daughter, clicked in, connected, and felt like I knew where I was supposed to be. Like I knew what I was supposed to be doing. It feels like I'm confident and secure in it the way that I am in business. I know what to do. I know the decisions to make. If I have a question, I'll ask, but I feel like it's been great. I love it, and I love that job.
Do you have any big challenges as a mom right now as she's growing older? Do you find it hard that she is getting older, going to those next steps, and that you have to let go a little bit more?
I don't, because she equally wants to hang out with me as her friends.
Right.
She has a good balance. She loves hanging out with me. She'll just come in and be on my bed and be like, let's not watch it. Let's just talk, let's be present. She really is, she lives for me. It's amazing. But she also lives for her friends and her social life. So it's good for me because when she's with her friends and her social life, then I get some time. But when she can be, so it's got this ebb and flow for me too. We spend a lot of time together. We'll do these amazing trips. I took her to Australia. We'll go to great dinners. We get dressed cute. We do the whole thing. And then I'll go and then I'll be with my friends, or I'll rest, or I'll do work. It's got a nice balance, I have to say. I'm excited. I've been in the Hamptons on my own. I worked this weekend a little bit, and now I've been doing my beach walks. And now it's, it's her graduation today from 8th grade, and she comes out here tomorrow, and then that'll kick into gear of floral dresses and going for cute little dinners. She loves being with me. She loves learning about food and life and all of it. It's just,
I love that.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's a nice balance of everything for both of us.
Yeah. Would you credit that because it's been the two of you together for, do you?
I mean, she has a good balance too. She spends, time with her father and with her grandparents, and that's an entirely different
Yeah.
experience. It's a more small town experience. And I just feel like there's a good balance in her life, which is the most important, that she has a good balance of everything. Um,
Mhm.
and likewise for me, it's good for me. I like being alone a lot, but then when
Yeah.
I'm with her, it becomes a different experience.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you like to do when you're alone
I like
in your free time?
I like to do yoga. I like to watch deep shows. I like to walk on the beach. I have a new house on the beach, on the sand, on a walkable beach. I like that. I do like social media. I think it's fun. It's creative. I like to come up with different creations and try different food. Um, just to laugh, to lay. I like to do a lot of, it's a lot. Other people would think it's a lot, but it's nothing for me. I'm just like sort of fiddling around my house.
Sure. Is she ready for high school and like is she interested in the business side of things like you are?
She's not interested in the business side of things. She's artistic and creative, and she does do these little reviews, but she doesn't want my help, meaning tell people to follow her, which is really nice because she has her own following and people engage. And even brands have reached out and asked if she'd ever want to do something. So she's got her own little thing that she does for,
Yeah.
obviously not for profit, but where she knows she's building a small community and she's expressing herself creatively. And if she wanted to do that, that would be there, but she's got a good balance with that too. It would be a nightmare if she doesn't care about the beauty. I ask, she doesn't want any of the makeup. She's
Mhm.
not superficial. She's not materialistic. She's,
Yeah.
not spoiled. So it's there. And neither of us do. We get
Sure.
sent every single thing under the planet and we give it away. We don't care.
Hmm.
It's
What? Yeah. I mean, how would you say that you have kept her so grounded then? Because she seems like she really has a good head on her shoulders.
she's not entitled. And if she
Yeah.
gets something, she has to get rid of multiple things. And if it's, I posted at Christmas time, her Christmas gifts were not from me. There were a couple,
Mm.
there were some things obviously, but nothing crazy. Like a lot of her Christmas gifts were from brands that came year round, and I'm not going to give it away. It was given to her, but I'm not going to just give it to her. She's not going to be spoiled.
Hmm.
So it just was sat in another room. And for example, she wanted to get the sweatshirt because her other ones
Hmm.
got ruined, and it was a really cute sweatshirt. Uh, and I got it for her, but the brand saw, I guess, that it was my order, and they
Uh,
sent a bunch of other stuff in. And she was so excited. I was like, "Yeah, that's a touching story. You're not getting all that. You got the one sweatshirt I said I'd get you because you got rid of some things. So now it's her graduation today, so she'll get the other sweatshirt." Or we went to an event for DSW this weekend, and they had these monogram totes.
yeah.
Every day is not Christmas. So I got her one, and the sweatshirt will be in the tote for graduation. So it's like she's getting something today, but she's not getting a Cartier love bracelet, she's 14.